All right, geometry. So to me, this is the most important video. These are the problems we really care about. If you do take a geometry OST, this is a type of problem you're expected to do on that OST. So the question is, what is an equation of the line that passes through the point 6, 7 and is parallel to the line 2x minus 3y equals 9? Well, we're going to use point slope form to do this. But in order to use point slope form, we need a point and a slope. So of course our point is here, right? 6, 7. But we get the slope from this idea of being parallel to this line. If the lines are parallel, we know they have equal slopes, right? So equal slope. But the idea is we need to get the slope from this line. So we have to write this line in slope-intercept form. So 2x minus 3y equals 9. Get the y by itself, subtract 2x from both sides. Trying to go slow and smooth. 2x's cancel. Minus 3y comes down. We put the negative 2x in front, and the plus 9 comes down. Now we divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3. I only care about this because I'm just trying to get the slope. The negatives cancel, and your slope here is 2/3. So we will use that slope in finding this line. So the information that I need my point, which is 6, 7. And because I am parallel to this line, the slope I will use is that slope 2/3. Okay, so now I will do the problem of finding the new equation by using point slope form. I will write that point slope form down for emphasis, again, because I think it's relatively new to you. That formula is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So 6, 7 is your x1, y1. So x and y remain the same, but x1, y1 and the slope m get replaced. So y minus 7 equals 2/3 x minus 6. And now we want to get y by itself. Well, we have to do a couple of things first. First, there's potential that there could be some double signs, like minus on minus. Make sure you turn those into positives, right? So then you have to distribute the 2/3. So the y minus 7 stays the same. So this is 2/3 x. And in Desmos graphing calculator, I'm not going to go there because I'm going to lose my writing. But just do 2/3 times negative 6, and you're going to get negative 4. Okay? And then we're going to add 7 on both sides to get the y all by itself. The 7's cancel. Y comes down 2/3 x plus 3. There we go. And that's my equation. Y equals 2/3 x plus 3. We're going to go ahead and type that in here. Y equals 2/3 x plus 3. Submit that. Oh, yeah. Good. And now a couple things I can do. Watch in graphing calculator just to check to see if I'm right. I can graph a lot of stuff. So let me graph the original equation. Desmos, you're allowed to just graph it how it looks. So 2x minus 3y equals 9. So 2x minus 3y equals 9. So there's my line. Or let me zoom out once. I like to count by the 5s and 10s. Then let me put this point. The point was 6, 7. Now watch. I'm going to graph my new line, which I typed into Desmos, which I typed into the answer as y equals 2/3 x plus 3. And watch what happens. Y equals 2/3 x plus 3. Boom. Parallel through my point. I feel very confident. So use Desmos graphing calculator to check your answers. Okay, one more problem coming. Okay, so here's my next problem here. It says, what is an equation of a line that passes through the point 2, -3 and is perpendicular to the line? Okay, so again, to use point slope form, I need a point. Of course, I have it right here, 2, -3. And now to get the slope, I'm going to be perpendicular to this line. We need to remember that perpendicular means opposite reciprocal slopes. So I am going to find the slope of this line by putting it in slope-intercept form, and then take the opposite reciprocal of it. That'll be the slope I use. So I'll write 2x plus 5y equals 10. Get the 5y by itself by subtracting 2x to the other side. 2x's cancel, 5y equals, put the negative 2x first, put the plus 10 after. Then divide by 5 to get y all by itself. Divide by 5, divide by 5. I only care about the number in front of the x. So negative 2/5 does not simplify. So your slope of your original line is negative 2/5. The lines are perpendicular, so I'm not going to keep this slope. I am going to take the opposite reciprocal. Again, I'll write it down so many times so you get sick of hearing it. So what is the opposite reciprocal of negative 2/5? Well, if that's negative, my slope is positive. I write it for emphasis. Now ignore the negative. We need to take the reciprocal of 2/5. The reciprocal of 2/5 is 5/2. You just flip the number upside down. And all I need is my point to negative 3. Again, just like in the last problem, it'll be my x1, y1 for point slope form. And I need my slope, which is now going to be 5/2. I will come over here and erase this work. Now, sometimes the line that they start with is given to you in slope-intercept form. There's nothing to do, just identify the slope. But I chose these two as more difficult examples. So now we're going to use point slope form, which is y minus y1. y1 is negative 3. Equals m 5/2 parenthesis x minus x1, which is 2. Minus 2. So here's those double signs I was talking about. So a minus minus is a plus. So this becomes y plus 3. Distribute the 5/2. 5/2 x is 5/2 x. And then do 5/2 times negative 2 in Desmos. You'll get negative 5. Subtract 3 from both sides to get y all by itself. And you get 5/2 x minus 8. And there's our answer. 5/2 x minus 8. Y equals 5/2 x minus 8. Submit my answer. Cross my fingers. Oh, yeah. And again, just to show you, let's take Desmos graphing calculator. 2x plus 5y equals 10. That was the original equation they gave me. Sorry. 2x plus 5y equals 10. The point was 2 negative 3. 2 negative 3. And then the line we typed in was y equals, and I believe it was 5/2 x minus 8. Watch. Boom. Through that point, right? Through that point that they gave us, perpendicular to the red line, which is the starting red line. All right, so sorry about the longer video, but again, these are the most important problems. So I saved the best for last. Best of luck with this Algebra E homework. I hope it brings you back to your Algebra 1 days.